Hello, everyone. Let's try to understand what are the topics we should be knowing uh, to hands-on our agentic AI. I have been going through multiple courses, blog, and all those stuffs. And here I'm going to summarize what we should be learning. Uh, so, uh, with a couple of materials and through help of ChatGPT, I'm able to come up with these topics we should be knowing actually. So, with this overview, what we should be considering as a course, and it should be for AI enthusiasts and professionals who are eager to learn agentic AI and natural language processing, NLP is area. This is focused towards mostly NLP, not other. Uh, so with this hands-on, what we should be expecting a building intelligent system, so which means the system where we can leverage AI, and we should be able to master NLP techniques, and we should be developing agentic decision-making frameworks. So in that one, we should be able to build a framework which will have a decision making into it, and the generative AI solution we should be able to implement. So this should be our uh, overview from that course, right? And by end of that course, you should be proficient in creating, deploying, and monitoring advanced NLPs and agentic applications. So what should be learning objective? Learning objective should be we should be able to gain a solid understanding of NLP's technique. So this will help us in deciding if we are opting for any course. A lot of people are in um, a mid of deciding what course we should be taking in and all those stuffs, right? So considering all those, this should be our learning objective, and we should be keep on revising this over a period of time. And I'm thinking we should be keep on revising, learning, unlearn, and relearn, so that we should be up to date with all the frameworks and stuffs which are coming in the market. So, NLP technique, obviously, that is pretty much important, and in that we should be able to, uh, clearly implement or understand text classifications, sentiment analysis, name entity recognitions. Either by using Hugging Face or Spacey, these are the components are there. We should be able to leverage that, and we should be able to explore generative AI techniques. So for generative AI, what are the techniques behind the scenes? Transformers, language models, what those are, and how transformers helped in this language modeling. And in language model, what are the base models? Then after base models, we build a different model, GPT, BARD, and all those. LLMs where came in picture. Right, so those evolution we should be able to understand how it happened, and then we should be able to develop agentic system. So in agentic system, first of all, we should be able to understand what is agent, what is agentic system, and in agentic system, how we can build a multi-agent and how multi-agents collaborate and how the decision making happens and how we can integrate the human feedback loop into those. So these are the critical aspects to learn and develop, and we should be able to do the rack. Means we should be mastering in that sense, because RAG is very common use case in the enterprises getting used nowadays. So, what is RAG all about? How we can augment the model for our domain specific use case, right? So that's where it should get utilized. And how I should be able to leverage frameworks like LangChain, LangFlow to build these scalable NLP workflows. And deployment aspect is also crucial. So how we should be deploy conversational AI agent with LangGraph, LangFlow, and third-party APIs. Um, and also after deployment, there should be good understanding of observability techniques using LangFuse and LangWatch, uh, trace, and all those stuffs, right? So we should be able to understand all those stuff clearly. So for us, the course obviously, if we are trying to master it, we should be at least devoting our 5 to 6 months onto it, and approximately 6 hours per week learning. It should be more than that. Uh, and this is uh, for beginner plus means who is already having experience on somewhat ML, traditional MLs. He has awareness and he has Pythons and other stuffs, right? Um, and prerequisites obviously should be Python proficiency. You should be having NumPy, Pandas, Matplotlib uses. Experience you should be having in NLP libraries, NLTK, Spacey, and TextBlob, and all those. Understanding of deep learning, TensorFlow, PyTorch, transformers, GAN, and VAEs. All these framework you should be having knowledge on that. Course modules and topics. So you should be learning module wise. So you should be having these modules. Uh, in module one, introduction to agentic AI, right? It's a basic stuffs over there. Module two, phi data, agentic AI frameworks. What is it and how to use that? Uh, so in that core concept, agents, models, tools, knowledge, what these things are, you should be able to understand. Data sources, what are the data sources will be vector database and embeddings, workflow design, and how you should be designing workflow, execute, what would be the execution strategy for that. Use cases is important, right? So what are the use cases you would be considering? For example, in web search, are you going to build a web search agent or financial agent or RAG agents, right? And next module, you should be learning a LangChain NLP framework. So this is a pretty much de facto for LLM development. This is the de facto framework, I would say. So in this, you should be able to understand the core concept of uh, how data ingestion will happen, document loader, how you will be loading a document, then text splitting, how you will be doing text splitting, recursive splitters, character and text splitters are there, and embeddings, how embeddings and vector storage. So through help of OpenAI, Olama, FastDB or ChromaDB, these are the data stores. So where you will be storing um, all those embeddings in vector store. Then you should be learning about the LangChain expressions language. So that is LCL, it's call it out. So with LangChain expression language, so LangChain will give you a framework, right? So it's framework which will ease you to interact with LLMs. So LLMs are being offered by different organization, right? And interacting with that, it's a different patterns and different way. So this LangChain has eased that process. So it has its own abstraction and it's give you the one gate through which you should be able to integrate or interact with any type of LLMs and offerings. So that you will be learning how to interact with Grok APIs and building LLMs, prompt engineering, and structured output, and also deploying LangServe APIs. Then you should go to next module and you should be understanding LangSharp API deployment, and into it you should be learning model deployment strategies, API-driven model servings, and integration with external tools. So how you should be able to interact with external tools, Search API, DuckDuckGo, or any Google search APIs, right? And then next module, you should be learning about LangGraph. So LangGraph will give you the workflow automation. So end-to-end application, you should be able to orchestrate with that. So LangGraph-based AI frameworks, state management, state schema, state reducers, all those things you should be learning, and deployment stages, how you should be able to deploy that. Um, then you should be learning um, UX, how user experience should be uh, within your Gen AI or agentic AI based application, and how you should be keeping human in loop, and that should be with LangGraph, right? So, um, how you can give a very enhanced user experience, dynamic breakpoints, streamings, real-time feedbacks, all those stuffs you should be learning. And agentic RAG, you have to learn how I should be able to build an agentic RAG. Uh, so adaptive RAG with Cohere, agentic RAG, CRAG, self-RAG, vector DBs, all those stuffs, right? And then you should be learning designing multi-agent systems with LangGraph. So how multi-agents will be interacting, uh, and then agent collaboration, communication, coordination, building a scalable multi-agent system. How multi-agent system should be scalable. All those aspects you should be learning. Then you can go and learn Creo AI, which is nothing but a platform which facilitate a multi-agent workflows. So in that, you should be learning how managing AI teams, and then workflow automation role-based AI systems. Uh, and then you can learn Langflow, uh, which is another multi-agent AI workflow management systems, which will ease your uh, agentic application development, right? So you can create a AI-driven workflow here. LangChain integration is there in Langflow, right? And prompt engineering will be there, and pre-built PS custom workflow you can also build. Then you can go to integration with third-party tools. So how you should be able to integrate with data sources like SQL, CSV, and NoSQL in your application. API integration, RAG, Graph, OpenAI, Hugging Face, all those APIs, how you should be able to integrate. Then chatbot development with Langflow. So how you will be developing a simple chatbot. You can learn that. Then Langfuse is another LangChain uh, 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 products, one of the product of LangChain family. So they offer LangFuse for LLM observability. So you can understand monitoring LLM performance, tracking, response times, cost, error, and prompt. So all those steps you should be able to uh, uh, explore from the LangFuse. LangGraph, LangWatch. This is LangWatch, real-time AI monitoring. This is the another uh, uh, tool which you should be able to learn real-time AI monitoring, connecting LangWatch with LLMs, observability with AI workflows. Then you should be understanding LangSpace, AI model testing. So how you should be testing your AI models, right? Evaluating AI model performance, workflow pipeline, data pre-processing and integrations, right? Then you should be learning automate uh, AutoGen AI model generation. So how AutoGen is helping into it. So designing and developing agentic system, agentic interaction, and multi-agent collaboration. So you should learn this AutoGen, very good framework. It has been open source by Microsoft itself. And then you can go to end-to-end agentic AI projects development. So within that, you should be able to learn building and deploying AI agents, decision making, and real-world AI implementation, right? And then the cloud modules, right? So you can learn any of the cloud providers offering, either AWS, GCP, or Azure, right? So you can learn any cloud provider offerings, which will give you a lot of building blocks and the foundation services. Just you have to leverage that. So here if you have learned a previous one, the life will be easy. Here just you have to aware of the services and their use cases, and how you should be able to integrate with other applications. So AWS Cloud Services for Gen AI, you can understand account setups, what is AIM, regions and zone. These are the basic understanding. AWS Compute and Containers, you can learn about EC2, ECR, and App Runner. These are the basic services of AWS, and mostly if you guys have already worked on, you should be aware of these services. This is the one of the uh, good service Amazon offers, right? So this is for uh, AWS Bedrock for foundational models. So you can explore Bedrock, its console and architecture, how it works, and foundational models and embedding and chat playgrounds, how you can integrate with foundational model or build your foundational model, embeddings, how we can do, and uh, there are playground itself they provide. So you can choose the model embedding you can do, and you can just query over there itself in the playground. Interface parameters and pricing, you have to understand what are the interfaces and what are the pricing they have. And then AWS SageMaker for AI ML workflows. So if we are building a traditional AI ML uh, steps, so you should be able to leverage, and it was one of the very famous offering. So in that one, they have given SageMaker Studio, model training and deployment, end-to-end, pre-trained models, SageMaker endpoints. So all these things you can learn in integration. Then this is AWS Lambda. This is nothing but a serverless service which provides you to host your any business logic as a service. So you should be aware of, because you are going to build end-to-end AI application. So you should be knowing how deploying AI with deploying AI code with AWS Lambda and integrating with AWS services. So these 2 points you can learn. It will be more than enough. And the AWS API gateway will come in picture, because any services you will deploy, you will not expose directly to customer. To provide high availability, you have to use API gateway, uh, so that it will do the load balancing, scaling, and all that stuff. So how to create a RESTful WebSockets based APIs? If you are using streamings of the GenAI, then you have to learn it. And Lambda and API gateway integration. So API get Lambda, you have learned how to hook it up. Just you have to explore that. Then text summarization with AWS services. You can do AWS Lambda and API gateway with Bedrock. So this you can understand. RESTful API for AI summarization. So for AI summarization, what is the RESTful API and how to call? You can learn that. Fine tuning AI models with AWS, you should be learning these if you are going to fine tune. So fine tuning foundational models, how you should be doing fine tuning, custom data training with SageMaker. So if you would like to train your model, so how you should be able to train a model with a customer or custom data. So this you have to run and learn, and then RAG and AI chatbot with AWS. There you will find a very uh, easy way to do the RAG and AI chatbot development and integration. So just you have to explore that and learn that. So building a RAG system and how to integrate with Llama 3, LangChain, Streamlit, chatbots. So all those stuffs, just you have to explore and learn it. Then in the similar way, if you are going to explore with GCP, you have to leveraging their cloud and services. So the cloud services you have to explore and learn, and then AI services. So Vertex AI is full pack this is one platform. There they offer all the AI related uh, services. So you should be learning GCP basics and Vertex AI. So in that Google AI Studio you can learn, and there is one offering Vertex AI Model Garden. They are having all models offering. Google Cloud setup. So how to set up Google Cloud account, and for AI, just you can learn it. And Google Gemini AI model. So Google also offer one, not one, multiple models are there. So one of them is Gemini. So how to playing with Gemini and Gemini 1.5 Pro, Gemini 1.0 Pro, right? So you should be knowing about that. Embeddings, you should know embedding and how to retrieve and how to work with multi-model applications where you can use the model for audio, video, and NLP, all those different use cases. Then RAG and AI chatbot, same thing you can do, learn here. So you have to learn uh, RAG systems on GCP, chatbot integration and chatbot with Gemini Pro, LangChain and Streamlit also you should be able to learn how to develop how to integrate GCP is offering Gemini and all those models in LangChain and Streamlit for our front end development. So with these course offerings, you should be a comprehensive. You should be having your comprehensive learning path, so that you should be able to master agentic AI, generative AI, NLP, and cloud AI development deployment, either on AWS or GCPs. So, and this should be your hands-on uh, uh, path, right? So, with that, you should be able to solution design or develop any l- latest and greatest AI-enabled agentic application. Throw your thought and feedbacks, and we will keep on discussing on those areas. Thank you.